Howdy y'all, favorite trainer with a belt buckle, helping you pass your ACE textbook certification. I'm the founder of Show Up Fitness, Chris Hitchko, creator of the best certification in the world, Show Up Fitness CPT. I'm a little biased though. I've written the book, How to Become a Successful Personal Trainer. We've helped over 5,000 trainers pass textbook certifications. We will help you get hired at elite gyms with our partnerships, Lifetime Fitness, Equinox, Crunch. We want you to become a successful personal trainer. Check out the book. There are 25 questions in here that are not anywhere else that will help you pass this textbook. We also have our podcast, which is for free, our level 0 classes that are going to be online where you get to ask questions to instructors will help clarify your journey to pass your textbook. Check out the Show Up Fitness CPT 14-day free trial. We're going to go through the ACE textbook page by page, chapter by chapter, reviewing the most important terms you need to know, helping you better understand and define vocab words you would see on the test. For this textbook in 2024, the 7 main topics you need to be familiar with. Number 1, the movement patterns. Understand what ACE is going to be focusing on. Number 2, the overactive and underactive muscles. 3, the IFT model. That's their foundation for this textbook. Integrated functional training. Number 4, the overhead squat assessment and the compensations that are associated with the movement impairments. If your knees buckle in, your arms fall forward. Number 5, risk stratifications during the assessment, coronary artery disease. Number 6, the assessment with SOAP notes, ORs, stages of change. And last but not least, number 7, the exercise variations and how to regress and progress. Let's get into chapter 1 and start going through this. We've helped over 5,000 people pass these exams. Start us off, chapter 1, page 6, getting into diseases. There's a nice little photo right here, risk factors for chronic disease, smoking, alcohol use, lack of exercise, consuming too much, which will make the individuals more prone to coronary artery disease, CAD, or coronary vascular disease, and also diabetes. There's 3 types of diabetes. Type 1, and this is referred to as insulin dependent. You need to take a shot. You develop this usually less than the age of 10. They refer to it as child onset diabetes. Type 2 is reversible. That is self-induced due to excess caloric intake, lack of movement, lack of sleep, too much stress. Your cells do not recognize insulin. It's referred to as insulin resistance. You need to work with the physician. This is a metabolic disease. And type 3 is gastrointestinal, and this happens with pregnant ladies that put on too much weight too fast. Complications with the child may arise. Hypertension, know what that is. Flashcard these. It's called the silent killer because if your top number or systolic, how hard your heart contracts, is too high, it's not good. 140 or above is hypertension. The bottom number is diastolic. If that's above 90, that's not good. Only one of them need to be above that number to be hypertensive. A question they could ask you, which of the following would be hypertensive? 135 over 85, 140 over 90, 113 over 83, and 139 over 89. The correct answer would be 140 and 90, but just one of those numbers, if it were to say 140 over 80, that would still be the correct answer. 120 over 90, that would be the correct answer for being hypertensive. Table 1.2 goes over the scope of practice for a trainer. Just remember, when in doubt, refer out. If you're working with a client and you have any signs or symptoms, chest pain, shortness of breath from easy activities, you want to refer out to the physician, learn about any contraindications. Great term to flashcard. Contraindication would be a client who has hypertension. We wouldn't want to be gripping weights or hanging because that gripping will have an impact on the heart. Typically, it'll actually lower the blood pressure. So when they stop that activity, their heart has to ramp back up. They can get lightheaded, woozy, and pass out. You don't want to practice CPR, but you need to have your CPR, and these are things that they're going to cover in chapter 1. The big setting the stage in this chapter is learning about the IFT model, in which you have 2 parts. You have the cardio version and resistance portion. So for cardio, you have BFP. Earmuffs real quick. Big fucking pizza or big fat pizza. Your base, zone 1 cardio. Your F or fitness, be like zone 2. And then the P for pizza is performance. I think that's high intense, getting after it, sprints on a treadmill. Base, where you're going to start most of your clients. You can talk during that aerobic exercise As you've been training for a month, you want to move into the fitness, a little more challenging, not as easy to talk. And then when you hit the top, the performance, that's going to be getting after it. You're going to be developing lactate within the muscles. You're not able to communicate when you're doing the performance training. On the other side, for the fitness training, you're going to have FML. I think we know what that stands for. Fuck my life. Again, earmuffs, I apologize. The F is going to be functional. Exercise you're going to do with granny, your parents, people who don't exercise regularly. They love the bird dog planks, things where your spine is going to be stable, body weight exercises. For the middle one, F, which is going to be functional, that's going to be your movement patterns. The 5 that they focus on. And within ACE, you're going to have your bend and lift, your single leg, push, pull, and then rotational. At Show Up Fitness, we go push, pull, squat, hinge, unilateral, and transitional. With the push being vertical as well as horizontal, pulling horizontal as well as vertical. And then the last one is going to be load and speed. This is going to be athletic performance. So I like to break this down to help you better understand. Think of it as not in shape, decent shape, really good shape. Same thing with the resistance side. Beginner, intermediate, advanced, and the advanced being performance-based in athletes. You need to know that you have to get 20 hours of continuing education credits. Each hour is 1.1 units. So 2.0 units is what you need, 20 hours. You have 2 years to get those credits. At Show Up Fitness, we've partnered with Lifetime. We have CEUs within their internal database. If you want to get hired there, we will help you with your resume. We have numerous podcasts within our platform and app. We have resume development, interviewing development, but helping you really become a competent trainer by focusing on the assessments, programming, and anatomy, because that helps build your confidence. So you have the competence to sell your clients into working with you. You need to know your scope of practice, table 1.3. This is going to go over scenarios. Client stands with an exaggerated lordotic posture. There's the scenario. This would be inappropriate for the trainer to do. Diagnose the client with exaggerated lordosis. We don't use that terminology. You have lordosis, which would be an anterior tilt. Kyphosis here. Scoliosis would be the spine is curved. We don't want to scare our clients. Telling a client that they have upper cross syndrome is fear-based. You need to show up looking the part of a trainer, smiling, being on time, communicating with the proper vocabulary. That's why we're really big at Show Up Fitness with getting a dietitian as well as a physical therapist on your team. So when you do the assessment, you let the individual across the table know that you are the professional. At any time, if something comes up that you're not comfortable training, you can refer them to your dietitian or your therapist. And that really sets you apart, the saturated market with certified personal trainers. There's chapter 1 review. Next, we're going to get into the IFT model and chapter 2.